Here's what we're doing today. Explaining how to make a woman miss you, even if she isn't interested right now, by creating a presence she notices when it's gone, not by chasing what isn't there. Welcome to the channel. I teach men clear communication and strong boundaries. If you've been over-texting, second-guessing, or waiting around for a reply, this video gives you a cleaner path. The controversial angle is simple. Missing you starts with you. You don't persuade interest into existence. You build standards that make your time scarce. That contrast is what people feel when you step back. Peace instead of pressure, direction instead of drift. Quick clarity. This works even when she's neutral, because people respond to patterns. When your pattern is centered and consistent, interactions with you feel different, more intentional. That feeling is what gets missed. We'll keep it human and easy. You'll learn to reset the frame without bitterness, use space without punishing, and communicate briefly without sounding cold. We'll break down the habits that make your absence carry weight: purpose, routine, friendships, fitness, competence, and how to show them naturally, not perform them. We'll also cover common mistakes: apology spirals, validation fishing, and accidental pressure masked as kindness. This isn't mind games or hostility. She's free to choose. You're free to focus. If she never circles back, you still win by becoming a man others remember: reliable, busy, and grounded. If she does, you're already leading with standards, not need. By the end, you'll have a simple blueprint: when to engage, when to exit, what to say once, and what to leave unsaid. Apply it steadily and let time do what pressure can't. If you want steady results, treat this as a lifestyle shift, not a weekend hack. Build the kind of presence that makes silence work for you. 1. Stop chasing, create gravity. Chasing looks like effort. Gravity looks like options. One repels, one pulls. You create gravity when your world is active enough that contact with you feels like stepping onto a moving train. That means your time has a cover charge, your attention has a standard, and your energy isn't available on demand. The goal isn't to act busy, it's to be busy with things that sharpen you. When you stop orbiting her and start centering your life, you become the contrast she notices without being asked to. Gravity starts with rhythm. Wake time, training time, work blocks, brotherhood, skill building, faith or reflection. Set it like a drum pattern and protect it. When your rhythm leads, your texts get shorter, your availability gets selective, and your responses carry intent instead of hope. You're no longer auditioning, you're inviting. And an invitation is stronger than a plea because it assumes you're good either way. Keep communication simple. Offer a plan once, clearly, and step back. Drinks at 7 on Thursday. If that works, I'll book it. No hedging. No double reminders. When she replies, confirm and move. When she doesn't, let silence do the sorting. Not as punishment. Silence is just alignment with your schedule. On calls, end first while the vibe is up. On dates, leave on a high note and be the one to say, "I've got an early start. Let's head out." Each clean exit teaches a pattern. Time with you is intentional, not endless. Show momentum without performance. Post results, not begging for attention selfies. Share wins that reflect discipline: a new PR, a finished project, a certificate, a trip with your crew. Speak in headlines, not essays. Wrapped the proposal. Crushed shoulders today. Weekend hike was insane. Short signals beat long explanations because they imply more life happening off screen. That's gravity. People sense the current and want to step closer. Expect pushback from your old habits. You'll want to over-explain, to soften the edge with one more text, to chase reassurance. Don't. Respect the standard you set. If she's lukewarm, your steadiness will either amplify her curiosity or expose the mismatch. Both outcomes help you. And if she never comes around, you still win, because gravity doesn't depend on a specific person. It's the pull of a life aimed at something bigger. No games, no bitterness, just a man in motion. That's what gets missed. Not the noise you make, but the calm you carry when you stop chasing and let your life do the pulling. 2. Date like you're willing to lose. Dating changes the moment you stop negotiating your worth. Willing to lose doesn't mean careless. It means clear. You are open to connection, not controlled by it. You can enjoy her company and still keep your direction. That balance makes you calm, decisive, and attractive. Because you're living from choice, not fear. Start with intent. You ask once plainly, and you don't resell the invitation. Let's do coffee Thursday at 7. If that works, I'll book it. If she hedges, you give space. If she declines, you thank her and move on. You're not punishing. You're preserving momentum. The message is simple. I value my time and yours. Keep first dates short and light. Choose a spot you like. Arrive on time. Lead the logistics. Keep the conversation playful and curious. End on a high note. I've got an early morning. Let's walk out. Willing to lose shows up in the exit. You're not stalling for validation. You can end things even when it's going well. Texting follows the same rhythm. Short messages, clear plans, no play-by-play of your day. I'm free Wednesday after 6. If not, we'll try another time. If she goes quiet, don't chase. Let silence sort interest from convenience. Silence is not a weapon, it's a filter. Protect your non-negotiables. Training, sleep, work blocks, faith, family, brotherhood, keep them. Skip a workout for a first date, and you just taught yourself she outranks your standards. Respect for your structure creates the very pull men try to buy with attention. Learn to accept no with style. Appreciate the honesty. Wish you the best. That line is strength. You're not debating her feelings. You're freeing both of you. Why this works? People relax around someone who isn't clinging. Pressure kills curiosity. Stability grows it. When she senses you're outcome independent, every yes feels voluntary. That's the only kind that lasts. Avoid the traps. Don't fake indifference. Don't run tests. Don't reward hot and cold with more effort. Willing to lose is not cruelty. It's clarity. You lead, you invite, you listen, and you can walk without drama. Practice everywhere. Negotiate a better meeting time. Say not tonight to your phone. Each rep builds the muscle of letting go. Then dating becomes simple and clear. Show up, enjoy, decide. If it fits, continue. If not, release and keep moving. One more skill. Handle rescheduling like a leader. If she can't make it, accept once and remove the pitch. No worries. Message me when your week clears. Then stop initiating. If she reaches back with a time, great. If not, you didn't sink hours into a maybe. That's willing to lose in motion. Carry it in your tone and body language. Ask a real question. Listen fully. Then share a short story from your life. You're not trying to impress. You're letting her discover. Money works the same way. Be generous within your plan, not performative. Buy the coffee, tip well, and keep the night focused on connection, not spectacle. Simplicity reveals confidence. Overproduction hides anxiety. 3. Silence that signals value. Silence is not a trick, it's signal quality. When every ping, paragraph, and check-in floods the channel, the message becomes static. Value shows up when you speak clearly, then allow space for a reply, a decision, or even a no. That space is not punishment. It's respect for 2 calendars and 1 reality. A good life is busy. Start by anchoring your silence to real structure. Put your workouts, focus blocks, and sleep on the calendar. When those blocks are real, your phone naturally sits face down. You're not ignoring her. You're honoring your time. Text once with purpose. Thursday 7 works for me, cocktails at NOLA, and then let the message breathe. If she's interested, she'll respond. If she isn't, the silence protects your momentum and your mood. Use short, complete statements that don't need babysitting. I'm free Friday after 6. Call you at 8. Running into a meeting. Talk later. The format is simple, human, and final. You remove ambiguity without inviting endless back and forth. The silence that follows communicates confidence. You believe your words can stand without reinforcement. Match silence to the stage. Early on, fewer messages and clear logistics keep things light. After a good date, a brief note, had fun, home safe, and then a window of quiet gives both of you room to feel, not just think. In a gray area, silence helps you observe patterns. If she only warms up when you overextend, you're seeing convenience, not connection. Emotional control makes silence safe. You're not stewing, timing her replies, or drafting essays. You're lifting, working, laughing with friends, and sleeping well. That centered life keeps silence from turning into sulking. If you catch yourself using silence to provoke, stop and reset. The goal is clarity, not games. Handle delays with grace. When she replies late, respond without scorekeeping. All good. Tuesday works. If she vanishes for days and returns with nothing concrete, keep your boundary. Happy to catch up when your week opens. Send a time. Then do exactly nothing until a real plan appears. The strong part isn't the quiet, it's the consistency. Know when to break silence. If you made a plan, confirm the day of. If she shares something meaningful, acknowledge it. If you misread tone, apologize once and move forward. Silence should make connection cleaner, not brittle. The more you live, the less you need to fill gaps with noise, and the more your presence is felt when you show up. The paradox is simple. The man who can be quiet has bandwidth where it counts. That's what gets missed. The steadiness, the focus, the absence of need. Speak with intention, then let the silence prove it. Try this for 1 week. Set 3 daily focus windows. Enable Do Not Disturb and reply after each window once. Make every text a plan, a thank you, or a clear answer. End calls while the vibe is high, then return to your schedule. Notice your mood steadies, sleep improves, and conversations get cleaner and calmer pacing. 4. Scarcity beats sweet talk. Consider Liam and Harper 2 years into their relationship. Liam is steady, good job, loyal, affectionate. When things felt shaky, he doubled down on reassurance, long texts, daily "how are you?" check-ins, and small gifts delivered like clockwork. Harper appreciated the intention, but the more he poured in with words, the less she felt the spark. Not because she stopped caring, but because constant access removed contrast. When something is always on, the mind turns the volume down. What used to feel special became background noise. Here's the lesson for men. Sweet talk is seasoning, not the meal. Scarcity, real, respectful scarcity, lets the seasoning land. Scarcity isn't withholding love. It's keeping a life that keeps moving. When Liam replaced constant commentary with clear standards, things changed. He put training back on the calendar, returned to his Thursday jiu-jitsu class, protected deep work blocks, and planned 1 intentional date instead of 7 forgettable outings. He wasn't colder, he was clearer. Harper began leaning forward again because moments with him had edges and shape. In long-term relationships, attraction decays with predictability. The antidote isn't drama, it's rhythm. Speak less, show more. Create highlights. A Saturday hike you lead, a dinner you cook from a new recipe, a concert you actually book. Between highlights, live your routine. That ebb and flow turns presence into an event rather than a default. Harper's response proved the point. Fewer paragraphs from Liam, more eye contact across the table, stronger dates, steadier tone. The warmth didn't come from bigger speeches. It came from better timing. Make it practical. End calls before the energy dips. Keep messages short and purposeful. When a plan is set, stop sanding it every hour. If she asks for space during a stressful week, respect it and hold your frame. Scarcity here is boundaries plus momentum. It communicates, I'm here, I'm busy, and I choose us on purpose. Your calendar shouldn't collapse at every ping. A man who protects his time teaches his partner to value it. Avoid the counterfeit version. Strategic silence that tries to spike anxiety. That poisons trust and backfires. The healthy version is transparency. Tell her, I'm in the gym at 6, dinner at 8, lights out by 10, then live it. If you cancel the gym to send cute texts, you traded long-term polarity for a short-term dopamine hit. She might smile, but the current weakens. Liam didn't talk his way back into Harper's desire. He led. Leadership created positive tension. She felt the difference between noise and signal, attention and intention. That's why scarcity beats sweet talk. It turns time together into something to anticipate and miss again. If you want your presence to carry weight, stop trying to overwhelm her with words and start giving your life a shape she can see. When you bring standards, you don't have to push. The relationship breathes and the spark returns. 5. Exit first. Leave on a high note. Exiting first isn't rudeness, it's clarity. Ending a call or date while the energy is still up creates positive tension and protects your momentum. Most men slip at this moment because they chase one more laugh, one more drink, one more reassurance. That's how interest gets flattened. Ending strong teaches that time with you has edges, start, middle, finish, and that you lead with intention. Wrong, dragging a good date until it's tired, then asking, "Do you want me to stay longer?" Say instead, "I've got an early start. This was fun. Let's wrap here." You leave while the vibe is warm, not when it's lukewarm. Wrong, negotiating for more time at the door. "Are you sure? We could hang out a bit more." Say instead, "Get home safe. Text me when you're in." Clean, respectful, final. You protect the peak. Wrong. Over-explaining your exit with a paragraph of apologies. Say instead, "I'm heading out in 5. Great night." Short sentences carry confidence. Apologies invite debate. Ending calls only when the conversation runs dry. Say instead, "I've got to jump in 3. Loved catching up. Talk soon." You set the frame and keep the rhythm. Wrong. Where do we stand? Or, "Do you like me?" at the end of a date. Say instead, "I'd like to see you again." Thursday at 7 works. You replace fishing for validation with a clear next step. Wrong, texting a post-date essay to relive the night. Say instead, "Good time tonight." Thursday still good for you? You tether the feeling to a plan, not a novel. Wrong, staying available after you exit, replying instantly for hours. Say instead, "Return to your schedule." A single closing text is enough. Home safe. Sleep well. Then silence. Your life continues. Wrong, rewarding flaky energy with more effort. It's okay if you're busy. We can do any time. Say instead, "No worries. Message me when your week clears." Remove the pitch and let her initiate the reschedule. Wrong, softening your boundary when she hints at last-minute changes you can't make. Say instead, "I can't tonight, but I'm free Sunday afternoon." You keep the door open without bending your frame. Why this works? Memory favors the high point and the ending. If you end strong, you're remembered well. If you overstay, you teach boredom. Exiting first also signals you're guided by structure, sleep, training, work, not by constant availability. That structure is attractive because it suggests reliability and purpose. Practice a simple script you can deliver calmly. "I'm heading out in a minute. I had a great time. Let's do specific plan." Then actually leave. No lingering, no second goodbye at the curb. The message is clear. Time with you is intentional, not endless. That's what gets missed. The crisp finish and the man who knows when to close the night. 6. Build a life she has to fit into. Attraction follows momentum. When your life is moving, people decide whether they can keep up. That's the frame. You're not auditioning for a place in her world. You're building a world with room for her if it aligns. The more defined your week is, the easier it is for her to feel your value without a sales pitch. Your time, your routines, your standards, these are the rails that carry the story of you. Start with pillars you can defend. Health, skill, money, brotherhood, service, play. Give each a recurring slot. Lift on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Deep work every morning. Language practice or a course after lunch twice a week. Dinner with friends on Thursdays. A Sunday reset where you shop, clean, plan, and get quiet. When those blocks are real, you stop negotiating them for a maybe. You become the man whose calendar tells the truth. Make invitations that respect your track. I'm hiking Saturday at 9. Join if you're free. I'm trying that new taco spot after the gym at 6. Roll through. Speak like a leader who's already going. If she can't make it, you still go. Consistency is the signal. You don't pause the movie to see if she wants to watch. You press play and offer a seat. Let your environment pull weight. A clean apartment, good lighting, stocked fridge, tidy bathroom, fresh sheets. That scene says more than compliments ever could. Every item signals order, self-respect, and readiness for connection. The same goes for your look. Fit clothes, groomed hair, clean shoes, a subtle scent. Understated beats loud every time because it frames you as a man with direction, not decoration. Share progress, not performances. Post the 5K time or the new certification, not a thirst trap. Talk about the book you finished, the client you landed, the race you signed up for. Keep it short and factual. The undertone is steady growth. People miss steady growth because it changes the room when you walk in. They feel it before they process it. Hold the line when conflict shows up. If she texts, "Can you skip your training tonight?" Answer with warmth and backbone. "I can't skip, but I'm free after 8. That sentence protects your identity and offers connection. If she presses, stay calm. "This routine matters to me." You're not choosing the gym over her. You're choosing to stay whole around her. Learn to say no without friction. "Not tonight, early start. Can't do last-minute travel. I've got deadlines. I don't drink on weekdays." Short, neutral, final. Boundaries are attractive when they're not punitive. The subtext is simple. I take my life seriously, and that's exactly why time with me feels good. Make space for romance on purpose. Plan one standout experience a week. Reserve, execute, end on a high. Between those highlights, return to your rhythm. That ebb and flow creates anticipation. She doesn't miss a man who's always available. She misses the presence that interrupts a meaningful week. Build the life first. Extend the invitation second. Keep moving either way. That's the engine of pull, the thing she notices in your absence, and the reason she'll lean toward your world if it fits. 7. Standards over attention. Always. Attention is loud. Standards are quiet. One begs to be seen, the other shapes how you live. When a man trades standards for attention, he becomes reactive, texting more, agreeing to anything, bending every plan to keep her interested. It feels like effort. It reads as insecurity. Attraction doesn't grow in that soil. It grows where a man knows what he stands for and keeps standing when it's tested. Standards are not rules for her. They're policies for you. You value sleep so you don't start midnight arguments. You value health so you don't drink on weekdays. You value focus so you don't live in your phone. You value respect so you don't chase after mixed signals. This isn't stubbornness. It's self-stewardship. The signal a woman feels is simple. You lead a stable life and invite her into it without pressure. Attention asks, how do I keep her from slipping away? Standards ask, what life am I loyal to, with or without her? That shift changes your tone. A text becomes, free Thursday at 7, tapas at Canto, instead of, hey, just checking if you saw my last message. A boundary becomes, I can't do last minute tonight, I'm up early, instead of, if you're busy, I can come later, or tomorrow, or whenever works. Short, calm sentences communicate that your time matters and your emotions aren't for sale. Standards create natural scarcity. When your day is structured, training, work blocks, brotherhood, sleep, your presence has weight. She doesn't miss you because you disappeared to stir anxiety. She misses you because time with you interrupts a meaningful week and leaves a clear afterglow. That's how memory works. It stores peaks, not noise. Let your life produce peaks. Attention performs, standards demonstrate. You don't announce discipline, you show up rested. You don't brag about ambition, you send the proposal and go lift. You don't scoreboard her response times, you keep yours consistent and unneedy. If she's uncertain, you don't escalate with flattery. You offer a plan once and release the outcome. Confidence isn't a speech, It's an exit. This doesn't mean cold. Warmth inside standards is powerful. You can say, I enjoy you, and still keep your workout. You can say, I want to see you, and still end the date on a high. You can apologize once if you mess up and not spiral into essays. Gentle plus firm beats, sweet plus chaotic every single time. If someone tests your boundary, stay steady. I get that tonight's tough. I'm free Sunday at 4. If she pushes past your no, repeat it without edge. If the pattern stays messy, step back. Standards are measured by what you walk away from, not what you post about. Here's the paradox. When you stop competing for attention and start honoring standards, attention arrives. Genuine, voluntary, and curious. She isn't missing a performer. She's missing the calm of a man whose life has shape. Keep that shape. Let your yes mean yes, your no mean no, and your time mean something. That's the frame she feels and misses when you're gone. Here's your blueprint. Stop chasing and build gravity. Date like you're willing to lose, speak once, then let silence prove you're calm. Make scarcity honest through structure, exit on a high, and invite her into a life that's already moving. Keep standards above attention, always. None of this is mind games. It's self-respect with warmth. If she leans in, you're ready with clear plans. If she doesn't, you still win. Healthier, sharper, and harder to forget. Start today. Tighten your routine, protect your sleep, train, lead the date, and end clean. Momentum makes you memorable. Consistency keeps you missed. Over time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.